guys, Joff here. All right, so just something that I think is really important when we're looking at the nutrition side of it. There's so many diets out there, there's so much information for you to see, for you to try. Maybe you've tried diets in the past that haven't worked out for you, maybe you've tried things that have worked out well for you, all right? But we need to break it down in terms of the principles of these diets. When it comes to weight loss, fat loss, which is a lot of people's kind of primary goal, the principles are the same. All right, now the principle of something like the ketogenic diet or intermittent fasting or Atkins or paleo is, in order to lose weight, we're trying to create a calorie deficit. We're trying to consume less calories and we're trying to move more. All right, let's ignore the moving more part of it because obviously we'll look at that a little bit separately. But when it comes to consuming less calories, something like the ketogenic diet, what they actually do is they just reduce a major food source, which is carbohydrates. Okay, so naturally, because you're not consuming as many carbohydrates, you won't consume as many calories. That's very similar to either Atkins and paleo as well, you know, reducing the amount of food that you can eat. Intermittent fasting, the same thing. What they do is they just cut down the time of the time you can eat in the day. All right, so you essentially eat for 8 hours and then you fast for 16. Naturally, you won't be able to consume as many calories. So maybe you skip breakfast. When you get to the evening time, when you're intermittent fasting, after 6 o'clock, you don't eat anything. That's normally a golden time for people to sit down, watch Netflix and actually consume more calories that they don't necessarily need. All right. So the principle is the same. Now, the method of getting you there is what's different with all these different diets. Now, one method might work for one person and it might not work for another. All right. You know me, I always like to give you an analogy of how I kind of see what's happening there. So imagine the method is, imagine if we need to get from point A to point B, we need to travel there. The method of how you get there is a transport that you use. Do you ride a bike, motorbike? Do you drive a car? Do you get a bus? Do you get a helicopter? Do you fly? However you get there is the method. Now, if getting a helicopter there is the fastest way for you to get there, that's great, but that method might not be for you if you can't fly a helicopter. All right, so if you can't fly a helicopter, that's not going to be the best method for you. All right, so you need to really think about that. Now, riding a bike might be the best way for you to get there, all right, because you can pick up a cheap bike, you know, it's flat roads all the way there, but it just takes you a lot longer to get there, but that might be the method for you. Maybe I should go into that in more detail, but I'm going to leave it there. I hope you understand that the method of you getting there is what's different between all these diets, and one thing works for some person that might not work for another, but the principles are all the same.